What's good, traders? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down all the A+ trades that I saw this week using my mind over market strategy with the same approach that helped me pass prop firm challenges and trade with confidence. I know a lot of people watch my videos and like, oh, did this strategy actually work? This is fake, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to show you exactly how this market works and how I'm able to catch these trades every single week. So first, I'm going to show you all the markets that had great moves. So as you guys can see, we caught this beautiful trade on GBP USD. Right here, beautiful trade. We had GBP AUD. News came in on Friday and fucked up everybody, but we caught this beautiful trade. Hit TP right here. We caught this trade right here. Exited at. Well, actually, no, I didn't take this trade. I only take one trade a week, but I'm gonna be showing you guys that you guys can take multiple trades. Me, I like to be disciplined and only take one trade a week. I only need one trade. I risk I risk a little bit more, so I only need one trade throughout the week, and then the rest of the week I can just chill. But yeah, so we had this beautiful trade. Daily area of interest, rejected it. Another area came and rejected it. I was actually gonna take this second trade, but I was literally about to enter it, and then I think I got caught up doing something, and we were out of session as well, and I just didn't take the trade. We got GBP NZD coming from this daily area of interest all the way up to this higher high right here. Euro USD rejecting this daily area, rejecting the neckline. I think we created 4-hour head and shoulders in there, rejected it. NZD, like, oh my god, like, it's just beautiful. Like, coming back, rejecting this previous structure point. Beautiful daily area of interest. Just instant sell, instant dump. Like, the price action this week was just so beautiful. Euro AUD creating bearish market structure. Got a quick little scalp in right here. Well, not a scalp, but you know what I'm saying. Quick little retest of the daily area of interest, and then boom, dump. AUD/USD was a big dump. I wasn't really interested in it because the daily is bullish, so I didn't want to be looking for sales. But I saw we broke under this area. I'm like, I knew the price was gonna dump. Didn't take it because one, I already caught my trade for the week and I didn't need it. This beautiful counter trend trade. We came up here. We did shift bullish. I was looking for sales right here before we shifted bullish, but I knew we would still needed to pull back to the downside. So all we need, created this for our head and shoulders. All we need is for price for break under their area, come back, retest it, sell, which we did. GBP CAD. I was looking for buys this week. This didn't give me any buys. Just went straight through the area. That one didn't play out. USD CHF. I was waiting for a break and retest. Of this area to then buy. We didn't really retest it, but we are retesting it now. So next week we can be looking for buys. So now I'm going to be breaking the markets down for you and why I'm interested in them. So first one I'm going to go through is one that I actually did take. So as we can see, I'm gonna replay this for you and just go over everything that I see. So the first thing I see is if we go on the daily, we're bearish, right? Boom, boom, boom. We shifted bearish once we broke under this area right here. That's when we shifted bearish. So now, oh, that's there. So now all I need to do is wait for a pullback. So I want to find an area. If you guys watched my previous video, I'll show you guys how to find areas of interest. But this is how you find an area of interest. You mark these, your most previous lower low, lower high, higher, 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 low, depending on if the market is bullish or bearish. So let me replay this more. So, boom. We have this area right here that I found. You guys watched my previous video if you guys want to know how to find the areas. But yeah, so we have this area as well. So this is the first area. So first, we wait for price to tap into our area. And I did take an L last week. I'm not going to lie. I did take an L last week. I did try to take this trade. I called this signal out on last week to sell when we hit this area, and then we ended up breaking through that area. But then we caught it this week at the second area that I'm about to show you guys. Caught it, sent it to the Discord, and we caught this trade. But yeah, so first we went to this area, and it was my fault. We broke above the area. This was completely avoidable. We broke above the area. I knew what I did wrong. I even said it in the trade recap. GBP USD, I even said it. We broke above the area of interest, but I still took the trade. I still took the trade. No one knows high risk in hindsight. Should have waited for a better confirmation. So we know what we did wrong. and it was easily avoidable. Just impatience. I wasn't being patient. So we broke above, and then I took the trade anyways, being stupid. But we broke to the second area. So now we're reaching the second area, and we have better rejection, obviously, as you can see. Better rejection from this area, engulfing candlestick. So I'm like, okay, we're rejecting this area. You also could have took this trade. I was being a bit cautious since I already took an L. You also could have took this trade once we had the shift of structure right here. Shift of structure. And then now all we need is a pullback. You don't really want to take it on this pullback and engulfing candlestick because our stop loss does have to be above this high, above these highs up here, at least 10 pips above this wick right here. So our stop loss wants to be, what, this is at 88, put at 98. So you don't want to do that because our take profit would be at the lower low, and that would not even be a one-to-one. So you want to wait for a little bit more of a pullback. As you can see, price had better pullback up here. So you could have entered anywhere up here. And then now you have a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Boom. Could have entered right there. That's not where I entered. So I waited for price to break under our first area of interest and then come back and retest it. Which, let's watch it and see if we do. So we're still just above, you know, in this range, fucking around. So boom, we broke under the area. And now this is what I'm watching the trade right here. I'm watching the trade. Once we broke under this area, I'm looking for an engulfing candlestick. Because we already shifted structure. So we're already bearish, so I don't need to shift the structure. All I need is an engulfing candlestick at this moment. I don't think I entered right here. We had our engulfing candlestick into the trade right here. Put my stop loss 10 pips above this area. So that would be 31. And then take profit at the daily lower low right here. And I usually hold my trades. I don't put a take profit just because I know the trade likes to run a little bit. But this is how I sent it out to the Discord. So boom, then we let it play out. And as you can see, we fucking dump. And this was a beautiful trade, in and out, very quick trade. I think it was like a day. My trades do last a little bit longer. I know a lot of people like to scalp. I don't scalp. But yeah, so that was the first trade of the week. This second trade, beautiful. I was watching this one as I was watching GBP USD. So it happened about the same time. So this trade, I was looking at to enter right here. We didn't have the shift of structure yet, so I didn't enter it, but engulfing candlestick right here, beautiful. I would have entered right here. If I didn't enter GBP USD literally right when this happened, I would have entered the trade right here. But if you want to be safe, you wait for the 30-minute shift of structure that we got right here. And then we got our pullback and engulfing candlestick. If you're gonna enter right there, your stop loss or your take profit would need to be down here, because now your risk reward is fucked. So you wait for that. We had to shift the structure, like I said. So first, to break it down for you guys, boom. So we're bearish, right? Find your area of interest. You need to go from the most previous structure points, right here and right here. So we have an area of interest right here. So with 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections, kind of. So now we just wait for price to tap into the area. Price taps into the area. We drop down to our lower time frames. And it's not just like, you know, you got to find out if the market's bullish or bearish. Right now, we're bearish on the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour. So when you guys do this, make sure you guys have at least 2 time frames in sync. The best case scenario, we have 3. And I'm gonna grade these trades. I'm gonna grade these trades with you guys. Actually, this is how I grade my trades before I take them. But yeah, you want at least 3 time frames in sync. Write this down. You either want the daily and the weekly in sync, or the daily and the 4-hour. Never the daily, never the 4-hour and the weekly. They're too far apart. Doesn't really work. I mean, I have taken trades like that. They have played out. That's just because I know my strategy. I don't recommend it for you guys because you guys don't know the strategy. For you guys, I mean, and I'm a degenerate, so I'd be taking some dumbass trades sometimes. But yeah. So first thing we see on GBP AUD, and I took a lot of my areas of interest off. I think I have some right here. I had this trade. What was this, last week or a couple weeks ago? I took this trade. But boom. So we have boom. So we're bearish on all 3 time frames. So boom. Fuck. That's 30%. And then we're at a daily area of interest. So boom. Okay. So do we have any candlestick rejections? We have a candlestick rejection right here on the daily. Put that down. That's 10%. In the 4-hour, we have this rejection candlestick right here. Okay. Put that down on the grading chart. Weekly. I mean, yeah, this is a bearish engulfing candlestick at the area. So, boom. Yeah, 3 rejection candlesticks. Now we look for a rejection from a previous structure point. This is our previous structure point on the daily. We are rejecting it, so we put that down. 4-hour. Our previous structure point is this area right here. It is not in the area of interest, so we are not rejecting it. Candlestick pattern. We do have a break and retest pattern. Break and retest pattern is basically when the market just goes like this, comes back and retest, and vice versa. Like this. But yeah. And then what else do we got? So any patterns on the daily, we also have a break and retest pattern. We broke this lower low, coming back and we're retesting it. Mark that. Now, do we have any EMA in our area of interest? Okay, no. We have a 4-hour EMA inside of our area of interest, so we are testing the EMA. Do we have around psychological level? Yes, sir. We are rejecting a round psychological level of 2.0400. So we can put that on our checklist. So all that puts us at about 110%. It's a really good trade. So now this is when we're looking at our entry. So boom. We had our shift to structure right here. Shift to structure. And now all we need is a pullback and an engulfing candlestick. So we didn't really get a pullback until we got here. And then we enter our trade. This is just right here. So we got to shift the structure. We got to pull back and engulfing candlestick, making this 120% trade. So you can take this trade right here. Boom. Put your take profit right here. But not a really good take profit. That's why you would have to hold this trade till this weekly structure point. That's where I would put my take profit if I did enter this trade. I don't think I entered this exact one, but yeah, you could have entered right there. So boom, now we're just, what I was waiting for though is a break under this area, which we had. It's for more extra confirmation. We had the break under this area, and then we pull back, and now we're retesting this area. We reject it, and we just continue to dump. And as you can see, we still never hit stop loss from this trade. We almost got tagged out, but that's why we put our stop loss 10 pips above the highest point in the structure in the area. So if we hit our stop loss, we know we were completely wrong about the trade. As you can see, we didn't hit our stop loss and we weren't wrong. Sometimes the market will come in and tag you out perfectly and then just dump and have the move. This happened to me multiple times before. It's trading, it happens. But yeah. So we tag back into the area and then we look for our entry signal. Boom. Shift the structure. Pullback. Engulfing candlestick. Enter. 10 pips above this highest point in the area. Take profit at that weekly structure point. Boom. And then we break. We create another. We have a 4-hour area of interest right here. That 4 hour that we were just kept breaking. So we wait for it to break under this area, indicating that it's right here. This is when this should have happened. This move should have happened right here. It didn't. The market didn't do it right there. So boom, came back. We broke under it again. Quick retest, sell. It's a beautiful trade. I was literally watched it right before it happened, and I actually, oh yeah, and this trade I literally sent it out. I literally posted it on my Instagram before it even had the move. I posted it on my Instagram and told you and sent it out for free for anybody following me on Instagram. And then now I'm just gonna show you guys like price action. It's just beautiful. So we have the daily, like here. I'm just gonna go over this really quickly with you guys. We have the daily bullish right here. Okay. We have one time frame. Okay, bullish. Weekly bullish. 2 time frames in sync. Okay. We have the 4-hour is bearish. Okay, we shifted bullish after this, but okay, at the time of taking the trade, we have 2 time frames in sync. That's going to be the daily and the weekly. So that's a 20% clear. Okay. Okay, 20%. So we have the trend. Now we look for an area of interest. So we go to the daily to look for my area of interest. I'm going to be looking for an area of interest between the most previous high and most previous low. So if I look to the left, I see that we have a little bit of rejection here. I wouldn't count that though. But we have a rejection kit. We hit here, we went down. We hit this area right here, we went up a little bit, and then we went down. So, and then we hit this area right here, and we went down. So when price hit, that's what that tells me is that when price hits this area, it rejects it. So what do I think is going to happen next time price hits the area? It's going to reject it. So I go down, I find this area, and then now this is when I wait for price to tag into the area. Once price tags into the area, we drop down to the lower time frame. So we look at the 4-hour, we see what we can see from this. We have rejection right here, and then 2 rejection candlesticks right here. So I'm like, okay, price is slowing down once we enter this area. So this is when I drop down to the 30-minute, and I wait for my shift of structure. We have our first shift of structure right here, but I don't really like to enter too fast on just any first shift of structure. Actually, yeah, first shift of structure right here, but we didn't pull back, and we didn't get any engulfing candlesticks on the pullback until here. But I'm like, I'm not gonna enter the trade here. I'm gonna wait for another shift of structure. Price gives me another shift of structure right here, and gives me a lot cleaner pullback right here, and then an engulfing candlestick right there. That's when I enter the trade. So at a daily area of interest, candlestick rejection on the 4-hour, and what about the daily? And daily. So we have candlestick rejection 4-hour and the daily. We are not rejecting any previous structure points. Oh, rejecting weekly previous structure point. Okay. We have a break and retest pattern on the weekly. No other patterns. EMA. No EMA. Round psychological level. Yes, sir. Round psychological level of 2.300000. Put that on there. And we have the shift of structure and engulfing candlestick. A trade, 95%. Now let's watch it play out. So boom, we enter the trade on that engulfing candlestick. Then what happens? Smash, take profit. You feel me? Like, it's really easy. Like, this strategy is like, it works. Okay, so boom, trade, bearish. Daily's bearish, broke under this higher low right here. So, came back, pulled back. We mark our most previous low and high. Found this area right here. Wait for price to tap into that area. Got beautiful rejections at that area. How many time frames do we have to see? We have the daily and fuck, get all this bullshit off my screen. Daily and the 4-hour in sync, both bearish. So shift the bearish right here at that area of interest. Hit the area of interest. Boom. Let's see. 2 time frames in sync. Daily area of interest. Candlestick rejections on the 4-hour and the daily. Rejection from previous structure point right there on the 4-hour. What about the daily? Previous structure point right there. Beautiful rejections. Candlestick pattern, break and retest. 4-hour and the daily. Testing EMA on the 4-hour. Around psychological level. A little bit, but, and then boom. So we drop down to the 30-minute. Let's see if we got our entry signal. Right here. Boom. Beautiful shift of structure. Pull back into the area. Beautiful engulfing candlestick. Put our stop loss 10 pips above this area right here. So that'd be 37. But put it above the wick since. Oh, wait. So it'll be about right there. Stop loss. Our take profit at this structure point right here. The daily lows. Boom. Beautiful. And then we came back. We created this head and shoulders neckline right here. So I waited for price to break under it, come back and retest it. We retested it perfectly. Just beautiful rejection. Engulfing candlestick right here. 10 pips above this wick. Same take profit. We dumped. You feel me? NZD USD. This one was very clean. I've been looking at this one for about a couple weeks now. Or no, like a week. But boom. Beautiful dump, retest, dump. It's just easy. Market structure. It's literally just all market structure. Like, it's super simple. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing nobody can't understand. Beautiful right here. Like, and I have replay on all these. That's why they're not showing all the moves. But dump, dump. You know, we dump all these moves. Dump, hit, take profit. You know, we dumped. And on NZD I was looking at this counter trend trade right here. I don't know if I told you guys. Counter trend trade. Because price had it. We had a big move to the upside. Let's do this. We had a big move to the upside. And we know price needs to have a pullback. So how do you guess that pullback? Very easily. But it is high risk. You see, very beautiful area of interest. Very precise. Like, look at how precise this area is. Whenever we hit this exact area, price always has a rejection. So I'm like, okay, boom. So we have this area. We broke above it. I was going to look at it before we broke above this area to sell. But nonetheless, it just makes it riskier. But we broke under the area on the 4-hour. Just wait for a quick retest on the 30-minute. We're already bearish. All we need is an engulfing candlestick. Okay. Got an engulfing candlestick right here. I would put my stop loss. I would make it a lot bigger since this one is a riskier trade. Put it right there. And then take profit. Just try to catch something quick. So just a 1 to 2. I wouldn't catch anything crazy. I'd probably put it at this structure point right here, because there's a lot of rejection at this area. So That's where I would put my area of interest, or my take profit, sorry. And then, as you can see, we let it play out, and we dump straight to take profit. Easy trade. Obviously, every week is not going to be like this. We're going to have losing weeks. It's trading. No strategy is 100% win rate, but this was a very beautiful week. Price action was very beautiful. And I'm giving out these trades to all my students every single week. I do my trade recaps. I'm sending the signals out in the Discord. All these signals I'm sending out in the Discord so my students can catch them. So if you guys got some value from this video, hit that like button, drop a comment. And if you guys want to catch these trades with me every single week, there's a link in my description to trade with me live for free. And I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay patient, stay disciplined, and I'll see you on the next one.